We're live.
Oh. All right. Hey, guys. Okay. We're so sorry about that. We're back. We're here with Corrin Evans. If you guys are just joining us, we're here inside of Recon Productions, inside of Recon Studio. We're a local Culver City production company. We do production services, equipment rental, studio rental, and this is Female Filmmaker Friday. I'm your host, Kathy Sue Holtarf. Our guest is Corrin Evans. We just had a technical issue, but we're back, so part two.
It's fine.
It's fine, right?
It is completely fine. This is life.
We roll with the
Happening.
punches.
All right, so we were talking about Maddie.
And
yes?
talking about the tribe.
And the tribe and the,
Yes.
well, originally you brought up the actor demo.
Oh, actor demo reel.
Actor
Sorry,
demo.
I'm skipping.
No, it's okay. I'll get my head straight on what you want me to talk about. Okay, so Maddie and I just started shooting stuff. We were just like, for fun. We made this little documentary, and that actually, I still cry when I watch that thing. About like artists. It's called LA Artists.
Okay.
And it's like we follow 4 different artists living in LA doing like different things and like kind of like how their experiences and like how they feel about the city and how they feel about like being an artist in the city. And
oh my god, that sounds amazing.
It's special because we actually had 3 people in music on that and 1 painter.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, we have like a guy that's like very successful in music, and then a girl that's like actress and musician and songwriter, and then we had a guy that's like a music producer. And so it was like cool to see like the different stages. Anyway, we shot that, and then we shot
wait, hold on a second. That project.
Yes.
This is like I want you guys to like take this point. This was you and Maddie.
Yes.
You guys just did this on your own.
Yes.
There was no production company behind you.
Oh no.
There was no financiers behind you.
Oh god, no.
Take that as a note, guys. And this is I think like a through line with each of these women is if you want to tell a story, tell a story. You can make it happen. If you are watching this live stream right now, you have the tools to tell a story. Period. No matter what it is. Tell it with your webcam. Just tell a story if you want to tell a story. And I think that's something that's really inspiring about it. I didn't know how you and Maddie had started, that it was like, well, I have these pieces to the puzzle and she has these pieces to the puzzle, and when we put it together.
And we were kind of just like, let's like F around and like see what we can do. See, did you see? I kept it.
Get a high five for that. That's really
try not to swear false. It's difficult. So yeah, we were just kind of like messing around, and like we're like, why not? Basically, just feeling full of possibility and just like excited, and just like, why not? Just like try to figure out how to use the camera. And like, I was terrible at using it, but like I still love that piece. You know, I think I had like the camera battery. It was a Blackmagic. I think I had like the V mount literally like taped to the camera like on top, and was like holding it. Yeah. So I think there's an image somewhere of me with that camera like or with the battery like taped to the camera. So
well, and I think that that's something that most freelance filmmakers have, is that we possess this intense curiosity. So you say, why don't we just figure out how the camera works? Why don't we just try? Why don't we just go for it? Why don't we just do a live stream and see if a monitor works this time, right?
Yeah, and so I think we just carried that, and then people started asking us to do the demo reels. Like actors friends of ours were like, hey, could you shoot a reel for us? And her and I were both writers, and we were writing together, and we were working on a pilot at the time. And so we just were like, yeah, why the hell not? Like let's do it. So we just started shooting reels for our friends who were actors, and then that snowballed into us forming Red Mouse and forming the demo reel portion of Red Mouse, which is our production company that we have, and doing actor demo reels, which is basically where we just like write it, shoot it, edit it. We create a tiny scene for an actor that can show them working and make them look, you know, like they are working as an actor.
Yeah. You know what I think is so beautiful about the entire concept of actor demo reels that you've been doing? Is that it hits on all of these different things that we desire as filmmakers, right? And I think this is something that, like, if you're struggling making money in the film industry, think about these things that add up to that, right? Is that is a situation in which you are learning and growing as a filmmaker, writing all these new scenes, directing all this new stuff, figuring out how cameras work, and you're being helpful to your community, and you can make some money doing it. I mean, if you want to go and, create an entire company out of it, that is going to be a little bit more,
in depth,
Yeah, but there are so many positives to doing that. You're helping out your community, you're growing, and you're creating a living for yourself.
Yeah, and like what you said about learning, I think that has been the biggest benefit to me of doing the demo reels is because, like, in real time, like, very quickly, within, you know, a week of writing this script, it's being shot, and I'm seeing, okay, what works, what doesn't work on the page, how is it translating to screen, and how do I cover the scene, like, super efficiently, because we usually only have, you know, 2 hours to shoot a scene with the actor. So I'm just became like ultra efficient of being like, how can we cover this, like, as quickly, as good as we can, and to, like, feature this actor, and, like, also working with a lot of different personality types. And I'll just
so like, well, so like as a direct, I mean, I think some of the stuff that you hit on at the beginning is so important and relevant to a thought process behind a director, right? Of like, how can I understand this person and how can I connect with them? Because when you're directing something, you want to be able to connect with your actor. And if you want them to appear angry, you can't just say, you know, do it angrier. There's a process of speaking their language.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about that. Like, as you worked with these different people, what sort of things did you learn from the individuals?
I think I learned. Oh,
we lost the airplay.
Watch a movie.
That's okay.
That's okay. I'll just keep talking. I think I learned a lot about kind of what you're saying of, like, okay, you can't just say do it angrier. Well, you can, and a really good actor will translate it and do it.
Yeah.
But you're right, not the best way to do it.
And you have to know when you can just say that to the actor and when they will understand it and still translate it.
But you're completely right, because I think that's a big complaint that, like, a lot of actors have, is that directors, you know, are just spouting things at them at different moments or whatever, that they're like, okay, that doesn't appeal to my sensibility of like the emotional connection to what's going on. And so whatever I can do to take away that extra mental work for them of, like, trying to translate what I'm saying is great. So I think working with actors of all different personality types really showed me that definitely not the same thing works with everyone.
Yeah.
And I think that's where my highly, highly, like, empathetic tendencies come in handy. I've been described by a good friend of mine, Dennis, who may or may not see this. I don't know. Hi, Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
How's it going?
Dennis Fallon, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing, amazing musician, amazing screenwriter. He describes me as a greyhound, which I think is super interesting. He said that I am so emotionally sensitive to what's going on around me that I'm like one of those greyhound dogs where, like, with the racing dogs, like, they're like, oh, don't let, like, upset people get around the dog when it's gonna race, because it, like, freaks the dog out. And I think I'm a little bit like that. Like, I'm very emotionally sensitive, and, like, I think that helps me. It can be difficult sometimes, but it does help me with actors, because I can see what they're feeling and just, like, be like, okay, how do we move forward together? So I think working on the demo reels and working with all these different people gave me different tools, just based on working with people, of what might work with different personality types, just trial and error.
You know, it's
that was a lot of information.
No, I mean, I was just like, yes, keep telling me everything. Well, something that, you know, I've known her for quite some time, but, like, this morning, for instance, when we first saw each other, and we hugged, and we haven't seen each other, we just, like, stayed in that embrace, and I could feel. So I think at the same time as you are, you know, empathetically open to other people's emotions, it's almost this circle, like a cycle, right? Where
my emotions are out there.
Yeah, so, like, I could feel you, and, like, I'm also, you know, very empathetic and very like, let's feel and experience together, let's grow together. But I could feel you this morning, so I think that's part of what I find to be, and I'm a little bit of a Corrin Evans fangirl. But I think that's a little bit about what I find to be so absolutely compelling about you, and what I think audiences, as you continue to direct, produce, act, whatever it is you want to do, whatever art you put out, I think you are going to continue to pull audiences towards you, because you allow yourself to be there and to be on the table and to experience your art with other people. It's not this cold, calculated situation.
Definitely not.
An experience.
I sometimes wish I could be cold and calculated, but I'm not.
I know, right? And, like, man, like, I want to just rip it up, but, like, no, I like it beautiful.
I know. I do like to feel, like I said, digger. So
yeah, I loved that. So some of those actor reels she did shoot inside of Recon.
Thank you, Recon.
Michelle, do we have any of those available? So we're trying to stop. So is this
yes, this is one of them.
So actually, this is in Leslie's office. You can go ahead and just hit play on that. So we have all sorts of different looks here. Who are these actors?
So this is Adam Johnson. And this is Seth. Oh my God, what's his last name? Oh shoot. Wait, Seth Harris. Right there. Seth Harris. So Seth was our client, and we wrote this scene for him. And Adam is a good friend of mine, and agreed graciously to act in this scene, which was amazing. So thank you, Adam.
Oh, golf, yeah. Love golf. I say we tee off.
Did you have a slider?
I think we did during the scene, yeah. Because Justin actually shot this one. I didn't shoot this one.
Oh, hey.
So, but yeah, and this was in Recon, yeah.
I understand.
They can't see the space, but yeah.
Wow. They're the tiny little moments in both of them.
They're both good. I mean,
Yeah.
Adam is a working actor, and I think he was recently on This Is Us, and he's amazing.
He's just I want to watch both of them.
And Seth,
we can go back to the.
Seth is a rapper now, I think.
Oh my God, that's so great. That's so great. Okay, so let's talk about Culver City.
Yes.
So
The film festival.
The film festival, yes.
Or the
Culver
city, either
Film
one.
Festival. So we're located in Culver City. So if you guys are in Culver City and you're like, hey, I just want to pop by, like we're here, like hit me up, whatever, it's fine. And if you're just joining us, I try to shout back out every 15 minutes or so. If you're new, if you just started joining us, hi, welcome to the show. This is Female Filmmaker Friday. I'm your host, Kathy Sue. We are here inside of Recon Productions, inside of Recon Studio. We're a local Culver City production company, and we just want to help you tell your stories. And today, our guest on the show is Corrin Evans. So if you haven't, please go and follow her on Instagram, which if you follow us anywhere, I'm sure we've posted and will post her Instagram handles, probably in the description, the comments. Do we have, if we get any comments, just let us raise a hand or something. So if you guys comment, Haley and Michelle are back there, they'll let us know. They'll be like, yo, ladies, someone said something.
Yo, ladies, someone said something.
Yeah.
Please use that phrasing.
Yo, ladies.
Is it totally inappropriate for me to ask for a sip of your coffee?
No, not at all, Queen. Not at all.
Thank you.
There's coconut milk in there.
I might actually get some lipstick too, like if I put my lip where your lip was, like.
Match it up. It's all about intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about.
It is.
Here, we can put it in the center.
Are you sure?
This is baby. This is our show. We can do whatever. Well, close to whatever we want. All right, we're gonna get rid of this.
Yes.
It's pretty sugary, right?
It's amazing. Okay. All right.
Okay. So, there's so much I want to talk to Corrin about. So we're gonna try to cover everything. So her film Enough just played at the Culver City Film Festival.
Yes.
There are a couple of things I want to hit on about that and about just the film festival in general. I almost think first that we should talk about what types of films you like to make. And we'll tell you guys about Enough.
I like to make films that I feel something about.
Yeah.
I don't even want to categorize necessarily a look or a genre, but if I write the script, it needs to be something that, oh man, I don't even know how to describe this. It's this feeling of deep connectivity that I feel like if I'm writing a script that I know is something I want to make. Yeah. It's almost as if something is being channeled through my body.
I was literally gonna say channeled.
Yeah, I can't describe it to you. Enough I wrote in I don't know, I was on a plane. Maddie and I came up with the idea together, and her and I did this, the story structure, and it was she said something, I said something. It was this very channeling experience. And then I was on the plane to do that Jet show, the HBO show, and I just channeled this script. It just came out of me, and it was perfect. It was great. I don't want to be oh, it was perfect, but it came out, and we shot that version, I think, the first version. That doesn't always happen.
That rarely happens.
But Cousins was version 2. Enough was version 1. Relic was a lot of versions though.
Okay.
So it varies. But the type of films I like to make is something that I feel very drawn to and connected to, simply because production, especially when it's a do-it-yourself thing, and most of my work is I'm doing not only directing, producing, finding the production design, finding the location, doing everything, paying for it myself, I need to be so drawn to it that it can carry me through that. And if I'm not, then I'm going to be tired and feel like I'm forcing. So the type of films I like to make are something that like can draw me through the production process.
That's very beautiful.
And I feel if it can draw me through it, then someone else will want to watch it.
Yeah, honestly, that's, I think, a perfect approach, or the approach that works for, other different people have different approaches. That's an approach I respond to very well as well. I find when I do a project that I don't believe in and don't feel that like channeling connection with, that it ends up being not my best work, and then I'm not proud of it, and then I feel negative about it, and then I'm like, oh. But when you really believe in something, and when we were talking the other day, we were talking about your process, and you said something to the effect of, and Haley or Corrin, correct me if I'm wrong, is something to the process of, I write the stories that come to me.
Oh yeah, I mean it is that way. It's like they alight upon my head, and I just try to like snatch them out of the air. That sounds very aggressive. I don't mean to. I don't want to scare the ideas that are coming to me, maybe even in this moment, by telling them to snatch them. I'm not going to snatch you if you're out there. I'm going to put my hand out and say, will you do this with me? Should we do this together? And that's kind of my process. And I recently read Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert.
I haven't seen it
And
yet.
she talks about the creative process as, and this was revolutionary for me when I read this. She talks about it as, when you agree to take on an idea, you need to believe that the idea is committing to you as much as you're committing to the idea. So if I take an idea, I need to commit to it because it has committed to be my idea. So I need to see it through. And if I don't, it's gonna go find somebody else to see it through. Like I think there's no need in at least my realm to like, in my own view, to like hoard content or be like, oh, this is my idea. Like I don't want someone to steal it from me, because the idea has I think as much autonomy as you have as the creative to either stay with you or go to someone else if you don't fulfill your purpose. And so or your agreement to the idea. So I think reading her book and seeing that approach, I've sort of tried to take that approach now. I'm like, if I commit to you, idea, then I'm gonna believe that you're committed to me and we can move forward. And I'm gonna try to see it through. Or I give you the permission to go find someone else, basically, so.
Wow, that is so beautiful. You just made me give respect to my ideas. It's that. Oh my God!
We have to believe that it, like,
I'm telling you, this is like the best show ever. This is the best show you'll ever see, because like the wisdom that comes out of that's absolutely beautiful. It almost is makes me feel as though these ideas have life, and like when you actually think about it, when you take that esoteric concept of like, I'm committing to the idea is committing to me, and you make it this what is it called when you give something human characteristics? Oh. Is that 5 minutes left?
No, that's 15.
Oh.
Oh God, I was like,
15.
wow, this has just gone right by. Oh shit,
Yeah.
What are we supposed to be talking about?
No, that's
Okay.
what's crazy. But when you give something a human characteristic and it like suddenly has life, like once you've committed to the story idea and you're in the
What is
creation of it.
Personification? No.
No.
All right, well, we know what we
Anyways,
mean. Yeah.
you guys understand. But when you give it that like human life, like the truth of the matter is that on a very just logical, basic level, once you're on set, it does have life.
Mhm.
And there are like actual humans
Involved. People
Yeah.
are involved. And like, I don't know. It's just like, I have no idea what's going on, like in the world or in my life. I have no idea. And so why not? How do we know it doesn't have a mind of its own, this idea?
Yeah.
We don't know that. Because science is always saying, oh, it's this thing, oh, it's that thing. 15 years later, the Earth is round now. Like,
Yeah.
It was flat, now it's round, now it's going to be what's next?
Well, yeah, and consciousness is still something that's completely
Yes.
I'm super into science, guys, so this could like go off on
Sciencey.
a-
Woo.
we could go off on a science tangent.
I like to
here.
pretend I know about science stuff. Like I don't. I just listen to like weird fringe like physicists that like have been ostracized from the science community and are saying crazy stuff. Like those are the scientists I listen to.
Oh my God, please send me those links. Like,
I will link you up. Okay.
Okay, Corrin and I are now officially just gonna do like a completely separate podcast about all the like
Totally separate.
weird
That'd
stuff.
be great.
So one thing that I did want to hit on. Okay.
Oh my God, we started at like Enough and Culver City. That's
Yeah,
where
no,
we
but
started
but
on
this is
tangent.
great. Because
Okay.
the point that I wanted to get to is
Okay.
like in your ability to create trailers and in your ability in your storytelling. Like ultimately, this is all about storytelling and how we each tell our stories and let out our art, right? And if you go on the Red Moss Pictures Vimeo channel, which we'll link in the description or in the comments, you'll see, like, watch all of her trailers, and you'll see that every single trailer is very unique, is very short, is very captivating, and is like an exhale of the idea. Going off of exactly what you just said, which we hadn't discussed that point previously, of everything she was just saying about giving the commitment to the idea and the idea committing to you. But it's crazy how exactly as you describe it is how I feel when I watch your work. So when I watch your trailers, I feel this exhale of life. I feel the life of the story. Can we go ahead and play the
Enough?
Can we play the Enough
Yeah.
trailer?
Can we make it big?
Yeah, we can make it big. Let's make it big. So this played at the Culver City Film Festival last weekend. So yay, local.
Yeah.
A little laggy.
Oh.
Wait, can you start over, Mish?
No.
Sorry about that, guys. We're trying AirPlay. We might try a different monitor next week, but we'll see. Culver City Film Festival, shout out.
Hey.
You live here? Yeah.
Oh, it wants to stop there.
Okay, that's fine.
That's
Go,
okay.
go. Oh wait, there we go. Go ahead, hit it.
You live here? Yeah.
No, that's part of the cut. Yeah.
Please. Don't do this. No.
Oh, it's gonna play that if you don't stop.
Yeah. Go back to that.
We don't want to see that. So.
Yeah, we're not ready for game day yet.
No, that's
So what I want you guys
something's
to
playing
do.
now. Oh, Dogtails is put. There we go.
Everything's
playing.
What I want you guys to do is I want you to go to the Red Mouse Pictures Vimeo channel, and I want you to listen to this like with headphones, because it's what I'm incredibly critical of trailers. Like if you got me, you got me. If you don't, you don't. Like at all. Like we make movies. Like I'm not gonna go and watch a movie I feel mediocre about in the trailer. I'm only gonna watch the ones I feel really powerfully about. So some of the best trailers have that encompassing feeling where it's everything hits you at once. There's not, oh, I recognize the sound, I recognize the visual. It's, I feel the life of the story.
I think it's all about like creating that feeling for me, and I try to create it in myself. And I just, when I'm cutting or doing anything, I literally just try to feel, and if anything inside me is like hitting false, like I try not to make it logical. I just go, okay, just tweak it until I feel something, and then I'm like, okay,
yeah.
somebody else will feel something if I do, and if I don't, like, what am I doing with my time, you know? So
I hope I'm in the audience when you win an Oscar.
oh my God.
Seriously though.
Oh, I could die tomorrow, so I don't know, maybe I'll get hit by a bus.
Well, and who knows how the Oscars will change, but the depth of your artistry, and I think that's the heart of Corrin, and what I find one of the things I find so compelling about Corrin is how just authentically and truly herself she is. And I know I've hit on this quite a few times already, so I apologize if I'm like hitting the nail on the head and keep driving.
Listen, this is boosting my ego. I feel great. I feel great. Thank you.
Good. But she's just herself. It's just like, you're honest with yourself, and hearing that like emotional process of when you're going through an edit. Like I've been editing for years. I've never said it that way, but that's like how I'm thinking, or how I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's not right, and I just like do something else just when I like feel that little like the whisper.
Right.
That's like,
yeah.
And you're like, okay, I'm gonna keep.
It's so easy to like try to make everything logical, but like it's really not. Like when you get down to the crux of like every decision we make is like driven by like our deep subconscious, and like we can give all these reasons of like, oh, I didn't date that person because they liked tea and I like coffee, and if they don't do that. No, it's driven by some weird subconscious like thing, and then we give all these reasons about it. So like I
Yeah.
don't know. I could say, oh, the edit didn't work because this, and this. That could or could not be true. I don't know. But the reality is I didn't feel something, and like that's the truth, I think, for me.
You know, one of the bigger music videos I directed and produced that like had a budget, like had all the proper and I did all the conceptualization. I felt great about the concept, and I executed it, and I showed it to Carol Ann. Carol Ann was like, "No, you didn't hit it." And I had thought about that project for years, and I was like, my heart left it. I didn't care about telling a story anymore, so it became this like cold, calculated thing, and that becomes red. And like this is why I say like I can't wait to see where your career takes you, because you are connected to that thing that's like keeping your heart in it.
I try to. It definitely doesn't happen on every single project I do, for sure. You know, it's dropped like from lots of things, but like I think that's the reason like Relic being the first project that I directed is still one of my favorite pieces. And I had no idea what I was doing, but I was so deeply connected to like feeling something and like trying to feel something that I think it came out, you know, well.
So let's talk about kind of some of the storylines in your projects. Guys, by the way, if you're just joining us, welcome. We're having an absolutely enthralling conversation right now. I'm super here. I'm super in. I'm like, I want to tattoo everything she's saying on my arm.
Please, that would be you'd have a sleeve. You'd have a big sleeve.
Yeah, which I'm on my way there.
Right there. You're getting there.
Gloves
This one's
first. Yeah. We haven't seen each other in a while. We're
Yeah.
very excited today. So this is Female Filmmaker Friday, where we are uplifting female filmmakers. I'm your host, Kathy Sue. This is Corrin Evans. We are here inside of Recon Productions. If you're here watching this, that means that you're already following Recon on Facebook or on YouTube. Please go and follow Recon on Instagram at Recon Prods and at Recon Studio. REKON. You know, you're watching it. You can see. Oh, and it's right there. Oh, it's right there. Oh my God.
I always wanted to be a game show girl, you know, like.
Here it is, guys. We're just gonna do like a hypercut of us like doing that over and over. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, we're so talented.
Okay.
So I want
looked the wrong
to.
way too. I was like, okay, that's all right.
It'll be perfect. Someone make a GIF of that.
Please.
Yeah. So the subject matter.
Yes.
In the films that you write yourself. Tell us about Cousins.
Okay, so how much can I?
I don't know.
I'm gonna try to make this appropriate. So Cousins is about two cousins dealing with their sexuality and their sexual attraction to one another.
Okay.
And it's just mostly it's about, I feel, shame and loneliness, like deep shame and loneliness around validation. I don't even want to say sexuality, because I don't even think sex is like about sex. It's more about validation and like how do you feel safe or loved or like important.
Yeah.
And so I think these two girls, like I'm in this film as well, are struggling with you know, feelings of like not feeling validated or feeling shameful and feeling just like they don't belong and they're very like alone. And I think the film has that feeling of just you feel that both of them are very alone, even though they're together and in this space together. And yeah, that's kind of the storyline for that one.
Yeah. So I feel like a lot of your, a couple of your projects tend to deal with some subject matter that may be uncomfortable for some people to watch.
Yep. Including me.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I want to hear about is like, when you sit when you're talking about the subject matter that's uncomfortable to talk about and uncomfortable to watch and maybe uncomfortable to create, when you as the filmmaker that, as you've said, like we channel this and we tell it and it comes out, how do you feel when you're watching it?
So when I'm watching the film, I think when I'm alone and like I'm cutting or like finalizing, I don't feel weird or uncomfortable, but like the second that it's done and I'm watching it like as a full piece, I do feel uncomfortable, whether that be alone or with an audience.
Yeah.
On some of these films, especially the ones that have like long tension, like Enough and Cousins both have like very long, like tense moments that go on for like minutes at a time.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's uncomfortable for me, but making it is not. I feel very comfortable discussing sexuality, discussing like blocking of sexuality and like all that stuff is very easy and comfortable for me to like talk about with the actors and talk about with the people shooting it. And like I try to be very like make everybody very comfortable on set, but I'm a person that's very comfortable talking about that type of subject matter. But going into like viewing my work with an audience, I'm aware that like most people don't grow up in environments that promote a healthy view of sexuality or like healthy conversations about sexuality. And I mean, we have healthy conversations about violence and watch violence all the time, and like we want to like censor sexuality, but we don't want to censor, you know, kids can like easily see like, you know, people's limbs getting ripped off and simulated whatever, but they can't see like sex in like a beautiful and like, you know, respectful way.
Yeah, respectful, artistic.
Easily. I mean, obviously they can go on the internet and watch whatever, but like, but I think we're moving towards a place of like that being more accessible. But anyway, I think your question was like, how do I feel watching? Yeah, so I'm aware that people may have judgments towards the subject matter that I'm presenting, but I think, and people have told me this about my work, that they forget that it was about, like cousins, they forget that it was about lesbian incest, and they remember that it was about these two people feeling like deeply emotional and like connected, and they could see themselves as one of the characters. And same with Enough, you know, it's about, I don't want to like use the words that are coming to my mind, but it's about a couple role playing, and people forget that I just gave away like a big plot point there, but people forget that it was this like sexual thing as much, and I think they just remember the connection that these two people had more of.
Which I find so, like, I find that,
at least I hope that's what people have told me, and the people that hated it just don't tell me that.
Well, and like you guys just watched the trailer for Enough, and no part of it felt like an emotional experience. And I think that is something that is so beautiful about what you're doing, is that you are presenting, you're reflecting pieces of humanity. And I think that writers, directors, producers, filmmakers, storytellers, I think we get caught up in like he went to the store, as opposed to how he felt when he was going to the store.
Oh yeah, it's all about the feeling, for sure.
Yeah, that the store is really less important than the single tear that rolled down his cheek while he drove.
Yeah, or you know, whatever happened, because damn, like we're all having an emotional experience like all the time, and we're all trying to like keep it together and like do our life and like do stuff, but we're all like having an experience. And I think that's kind of why people love cinema and why people love entertainment in the first place. Permission to feel.
Permission to feel. Cinema offers you permission to feel.
Yes.
I love that. I absolutely love that. How are we doing? Do we have any comments that need addressing or anything like that? All right, great, fantastic. What's our time at?
Done.
Let's see.
Okay, cool. Okay, so can we watch the Cousins trailer?
Yes.
Michelle, can you play the Cousins
It's dark,
trailer?
so the thing with this whole project we shot with like lenses that we bought at like a thrift store. And we just committed to doing that. We were just like, why not? Like Justin and I were like, let's try something weird, but it made the film have an interesting and dark look.
You feel a passion for her. Yeah. It's like a slow, painful road to the end.
It's my sister singing, by the way.
Oh my god.
What? Nothing? You don't have to stay over? Okay.
That's Maddie.
That's Maddie.
That's beautiful.
Thanks, guys.
It's about, I mean, you're almost, I feel like with your projects, friend, you're almost saying, you know what, I respect your story. Whoever the character is, you're saying, I respect your story.
I have to, because again, like the idea of like the idea having life, like the characters do too.
Yeah.
And like they're in my head, like, hey, like
The conversations are happening in your head. You're
like,
watching them go grocery shopping in your head. You're watching. Yeah.
They're people, and they have to become people or animals or whatever they are, you know. And so I have to like be like, okay.
Non-judgment, I'm voyeuristic.
Yep, and then also like once the actors come in and play, I mean obviously I was in that one, but when there's other actors playing the characters, like I also have to respect them too. Like when they come in, they are gonna bring their own thing, and like I try to like very careful with my like actor selection, because I'm gonna like entrust this character to them, and B, like that actor's gonna like that's theirs now. Like yes, I'm gonna direct the film, but like that's you now, and I need to respect that too. So
my heart is just so full. Guys, please make sure that you are following Corrin everywhere. I'm sure there are links everywhere.
Don't follow me everywhere.
No, yeah, don't follow me everywhere.
Stalk me. Actually, stalk me. I have had one stalker before.
Oh no.
No, it's okay. It was
We
flattering.
don't condone that here.
We don't condone that. Please don't stalk me. Thank you. Okay.
Anyways, there's your
Or
copy. Likes to keep things a mystery. So, one thing that I think everyone here at Recon really adores and respects about you is your personal branding. And I know, and here's the interesting thing, guys, is that when I like brought this up to her the other day, I was like, we love your personal brand. She's like, I didn't do it. What?
I literally was like, oh, I have a brand?
Like that's what's so amazing. So like if you go to her Instagram, you'll see that like she has a clear aesthetic that like, but it's because it is, and like Leslie and I, who's the COO of Recon Productions, she and I had a great conversation about you and about personal branding and stuff, and really what we drove it to, what it works down to is just that you are authentic and that you are channeling things. So like Leslie, one thing that Leslie said that I really loved is, I never questioned why Corrin posted something. I always understand why she posted it, because it's always just so true to you.
Oh man, you know what? You know where that probably comes from? Is my personal inner work to not post something. I really look within myself when I'm posting, and I'm not saying that I don't post stuff because I'm having a bad day and need attention. Like that happens sometimes, especially in my stories. Like that'll happen more in the stories than it does in the actual post itself. But like I really try to look within myself and think, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And if it's because I'm afraid, or because I'm feeling desperate, or feeling like I need, like in a state of need, I try not to do it, because that's gonna just promote that energy, not only within myself but also like with the people viewing. So I think maybe that's why, because like I really try not to do it from that space. Again, not saying it doesn't happen every now and then, but I really try not to.
It's a conscious effort. So who is it that inspires you? We're gonna talk about this because I love it.
There's a few people, and someone who really, really inspires me is Cardi B. Yes, I love Cardi. Cardi in a Rari. Like that is what I really, though. You know why? I'll tell you why. I think that she wants, obviously she's focused on like expressing herself, making money, expressing herself. I think that's important, especially like as women. Obviously I don't have that figured out. I'm still trying to figure out how do I like make money and like be a good business person, and I'm like working on that. But like I love that she's so open about like, hey, I'm gonna go get the cash, I'm gonna do it. And I don't know her personally, Cardi, if you're watching. I don't know her.
We'll tweet this at her.
I don't know her personally, but my idea of her, and if this is just a branding or marketing technique, it's done very well. If it's, I like to believe it's the truth, so I'm gonna go ahead and just like believe that, because it makes me happy. But I think she just is very like unfiltered and very herself, and very just like, hey, these are the things that I want, and this is what I'm doing right now. And I think that's amazing, because when I watch her, I don't feel like I'm being marketed to. I don't feel like I'm being like, even in like her music videos, when it's like, there's been some stuff recently that's been like clearly like sponsored, or there's like different things. I don't care. Like I know she's trying to get that cash. Like she's trying to like do her thing, and I love it. Like I just love it. I love it, and I love how open she is. Like
which is amazing, because like as you describe her, those are all of the. I mean, not exactly in those exact terms, but that's how I would describe you, and that's why, like,
just need to get those shoes and the cash.
Oh my God, y'all! Did you see her Instagram story last night? Her shoes were popping. I loved them. Did you see it with the gems? And stuff?
You showed it to me.
Yeah. So one thing that on your Instagram, I'm very much pushing you guys to go and follow her on Instagram. So I want to talk about something else that happens on your Instagram.
Yes.
Because I keep using this term. What I find so compelling about you've helped me become comfortable with things and topics that I was previously uncomfortable with. And I think that in today's society, in today's culture, that's very difficult to do, especially with like the PC culture and all of that.
Oh man, yeah.
Very difficult to do, and the way that you do it so authentically, and it doesn't even seem like you you're not calculating it, it's just authentically coming out of you in this way. But can we talk about Shibari?
Close. Shibari is an art form that utilizes rope, and you bind people with rope in an aesthetically pleasing way, and it is a dangerous art form, and it is a beautiful art form, and it's connective. And yeah, I got into it because we were going to use Shibari for a music video, and then I didn't want to have Maddie was gonna act in it. I didn't want to have Maddie get tied up and suspended without me feeling what that was like, just so I would like kind of know. Yeah. So I'm not like, because she's a trooper and she'll be like, yeah, I'm fine. Like she is amazing at just like pushing through stuff, and so like I just wanted to know what it was going to be like before I asked her to do that. We ended up not doing that video, but I did end up getting tied up, and it was incredible. It felt like I was being swaddled. It felt like I was being held, and it was like it was an emotional experience for me, and it was really beautiful, and I just fell in love with it. And then I tried to get tied by people as often as I could, and I went to rope jams, and I went to like all these different events for people that do rope. If you're interested in that, you can contact me on Instagram, and I can point you in the direction of finding places to do that. And then I started learning how to tie, and now I tie for performance, and I also tie a lot of people that are kind of like yourself, that are like uncomfortable with it or nervous about it. I have a lot of friends of friends come to me, or like partners of friends that want to experience it, and I really enjoy like creating an environment where people can experience that, and it's non-sexual, it can be platonic, and it can be very like, you know, I'm not saying that rope is non-sexual. It can be whatever you want. Rope can be whatever you want. But I enjoy providing that safe environment for people that are interested in it, that might be like kind of nervous to like do it with a partner or go get tied up by someone they don't know, or like whatever, you know, because it's scary. You're giving away your physical autonomy and your physical power. Like, not really, because at any point you can say, hey, I don't like that.
Yeah,
but like,
safely, but yeah.
It's
well, and when you first started posting about it, was there Shibari in the your Fringe Festival show?
Yes.
Which I so badly wanted to go see
Hush.
it. I'm so sorry that I couldn't go see it. Yeah, Haley got that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I so badly wanted to go see it. So when you first started posting about Shibari, or the art form of tying, it was still in my head. It was this like dark secret, like not. But it's just the way that you talked about it, I was like, I saw it and started respecting it, which I think is it's like almost an outcome of your art, is I end up still respecting whatever it is you show me. And that's, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if there's like subliminal messaging or whatever. No, I mean, we do. We've been talking about it the whole hour. Like, we know what you're doing, right?
Right.
Is you're being honest, and you're
being
respecting
honest.
the story, and you're giving love, and you're believing that the idea has a life of its own, and you're respecting that life.
Yep.
And through that respect, I suddenly also respect it. So it's been beautiful. Like, as you've been posting about that kind of stuff, and I've been like looking to the world, I'm like, oh my God, this is an art form. This is beautiful. And now, because of that, I am curious. I do want to experience it so that I can understand further of the human experience. And again, I think this goes back to the very beginning of our conversation of we are habitual, intellectual, curiosity seekers, explorers of the mind, of the heart, of humanity.
Absolutely.
And we want to present what we explore maybe not necessarily with applying our own frame on it, but just presenting it and saying, here's the honest truth of what this is. Yeah, so we're getting close to the end of the show, so I'm going to cover one more thing, and then we're going to play our final game, and then we'll say our goodbyes today. Overall, what we've talked about today is that you're interested in types of you create types of content that may, at the end of the day, make someone uncomfortable. But it sounds like also, it sounds like also something that's very important to you is making people comfortable on set.
Mm-hmm.
So you have recently brought to my attention a position on set that I didn't even know existed. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yes, intimacy coordinators. So I became aware of intimacy coordinators when I did a small role on a new HBO and Cinemax show that's called Jet, starring Carla Gugino. And I did a couple scenes. I did a couple nude scenes. Am I allowed to say that? I already said it. So
yeah. It's a live show. It came out.
Yeah,
no, it's fine.
And on set, I mean, it's a real thing. It happens in a lot of films that we see. And like previously on set, there wasn't a position that is like looking out for the actor during those scenes. I myself have done, you know, intimate scenes in other films in the past that just went outrageously bad because everyone was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like nobody's telling you in like an action scene like, hey, just go in there and like punch them, like just throw punches. Like nobody's doing that in action. Just like do it. But when you go into an intimate scene, oftentimes they will say, just, you know, just like go as far as you're comfortable with, or do, and it's like, whoa, like, whoa, you know, because what I'm comfortable with, maybe the person I'm acting with isn't, maybe I'm going to do something that's going to make them uncomfortable, maybe vice versa. Now there's going to be a weird emotional injury that's happening. So,
emotional injury.
Yeah, so it's like with intimacy coordinating. So I worked with an intimacy coordinator for this scene, and she was great. She made sure that we knew every single thing that was going to be shown, that we knew, you know, any movements or hand placements that we were uncomfortable with, that we had a chance the day before to voice that, not on set. Like this needs to be figured out before, because in the set on the moment, when the entire
you feel
crew,
pressure to do whatever.
The whole crew's waiting for you to do this. And like that's why I think a lot of people get pushed into going too far, because like as an actor, you don't want to hold up the production.
Yeah.
And the director needs something, like the network is saying, oh, we need this thing. The director's trying to execute that. The actor is now feeling pressured. Anyway, it can be a mess. So I think it's amazing that they've created this go-between, basically, between the actor and director, and that can be a voice for you if you do feel uncomfortable, and can also translate what the director wants. It's helpful for the director. It's not just like for the actor. The director's like, I need this to be sexier, but you don't say that to the actor.
Yeah,
the intimacy coordinator might take that and translate it and go to the actor and say, hey, just like, you know, breathe deeper, or like just be in your space, you know. So I became super interested in this, and have started kind of pursuing getting trained to do that, because all of my films have had intimacy in some way or another. I mean, Relic actually didn't, now that I think about it, but pretty much every other film I've done. So I always choreographed the scenes and tried to make the actors comfortable, and I think I've always naturally done that. So I think I was like, hey, if I could do this, you know, in a larger capacity and help spread awareness about this and make people feel comfortable and tell better stories, like I'm all for it. So I started, you know, trying to learn how to do that now.
I love that. I mean, even with what you were talking about with Maddie, with the music video, when you guys were gonna do the time with that music video, and you're like, I want to know what it feels like. I want
research and development. Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, this is like a leadership style that I very much believe in, is serving as leader. If you're gonna ask anyone to do anything, understand what it's like, so you can best help them and give them the tools. And something you said that was really interesting the other day, a way that you phrased it, is that, like, you know, a stunt coordinator is on set for the fights. They're there in case anyone gets physically hurt. An intimacy coordinator is there for the sex scenes where people can get emotionally hurt, and in some cases physically hurt as well.
Some cases physically too. Yeah.
I just thought that was so beautiful, and you know, the living artistic juxtaposition in you, I think, is gives this like complex, heavy sigh to all of your art.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. Thank you.
That was like, I don't know if
that makes sense to me. That resonates
great.
with me. I think I am a complex, heavy sigh as a person,
and like,
and also an inhale that's like, so.
And you can like feel like, I mean, even as I said that, my eyes are tearing up because of what you do, just so honest and so raw and so real, and it's driven from the place of comfort and sensitivity and love and respect, and I think that's why I was so excited to have you on the show today. And I think that there are all these positions that women are doing in the film industry, that people are doing in the film industry, that we forget that they exist, and like where the intricacies of directing come in, and you know, how we stay passionate about our art and about what we're doing, and how we tell stories, and like there's this whole whirlwind of an emotional experience around life, as we've discussed, and
absolutely
getting to hear from you like where the respect and all of that comes from is just so intimacy coordinator is a really new position on a film set. It kind of came about from
the Deuce. I think there's history behind it as well with like theater, and I know there's IDI, which is Intimacy Directors International, and I think they've been around for a few years, but I took workshop training with them, and I'm hoping to continue that. But it came about, I cannot remember her name. She is the lead actress in The Deuce. She's, what's her name? In season 2, she's like the lead. But she was the one who brought up the point. What is her name?
Is it Eliza?
Gosh, I'm so bad with this. I apologize. I do love the show. But she, I think, brought up like, hey, what if there was like a person to like look out for us? I'm paraphrasing like articles that I've read about this. Like, I do not know this person and have not spoken with her.
And please go and do your own research about intimacy.
Definitely,
if this is interesting to you.
Do, because it seems like the Wild West. Like, it's like a very new position. It seems like a lot of like set medics are doing it, or people who came from stunts. Yeah, she basically like brought it up to them, like, hey, shouldn't there be someone that's like looking out for us like during this time because of like X, Y, and Z? And so then they were like, yeah, let's make a new position. So now that's like a required thing on HBO shows. You know, they're famous for a lot of their shows having like very like beautiful and explicit sex scenes. So like that makes sense for like HBO to like do that. And I love that they're doing that.
And they kind of led the charge.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So great.
They're it's badass what they're doing for sure. So I'm definitely like going to be watching that and seeing, you know, how I can get involved in that for sure.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see what you do. I'm so excited to one day hire you as an intimacy coordinator. I mean, I don't know how many of my projects have had much intimacy in it,
Let's change that.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say, like, I want to work on that. And also, like, side note, secretly, like, not secretly at all, because this is a live show, but, like, I do want to try Shabari.
Yes, I would love to tie you.
Shabari, yeah.
If you would like that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I would. I want to, you know, I think it's important that we push ourselves. Okay. So we're gonna get to the game. Do you have any final questions, comments, concerns?
No, I don't. I don't. I know we like skipped all over the place. Like, if anybody wants to get in touch with me, obviously my Instagram is gonna be there, so you can. Although I do go off and on of it, like I'll take extended breaks, but my email is always listed in my bio on my
and
Instagram.
she's an @Hotmail. Wait, what did I call her the other day?
A dinosaur for my @Hotmail.
No, I said retro. Do you remember this? I think it's in our notes
retro
from the
chic?
No. I defined you in these words, and it was really good. And we wrote, anyways. Besides the point.
I love my Hotmail.
I love that you have a Hotmail, and her website's amazing. So I created a bit.ly for her website.
I haven't picked my domain,
Don't know if it works,
so it's
but bit.ly/Corrin Evans. But I'll double check that it works, and then we'll put it in the comments. Okay, so guys.
Am I doing this? Is this happening?
Yes, it's happening. This is.
I did not think about this a lot beforehand, and now I'm regretting that.
No, please. I'm so glad you did, because this is going to be terrible. It's going to be amazing.
Is it going to be terrible? Oh, God.
It's going to be amazing. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, okay? We're going to do speedboarding again. And I know that we've done this game now 3 episodes in a row, but it's just because it's a fun game. Like, we'll do a different game at a different episode.
You still get to do it?
Yes, yes. Yeah,
I didn't know what
Haley's
that
being
meant.
awesome and giving us time cues, but I'm going
She's
to let
a
us go a few
good
minutes over because
producer.
I just
Okay.
feel like this episode needed a little extra. There's still like 30 things I want to talk to you about, but we'll do that off air. This is speedboarding. So in the first episode, we had Maggie Levin. We kind of surprised her with the fairy tale. In the second episode, we let Auden pick the fairy tale written beforehand. For this episode, I let Corrin know, like yesterday or something, like, hey, this is gonna happen. Is there a song you'd want to do?
Couldn't find a rap song. Wanted to do a rap song. Couldn't find an appropriate one. So
Yeah. So she picked something, and I'm gonna do my best. It's We're gonna see how this goes. So she picked a song from Willy Wonka. What song is it, Corrin?
Pure Imagination.
Okay. Which scene are you gonna do? Are you gonna do that scene?
Yeah, but like again, don't. This is supposed to be just like my own version of the scene. Right?
Yep.
Like
yes.
I'm not supposed to like
Not supposed to
storyboard what
match.
they did. Okay.
Yep.
Good,
Yep.
because I don't
Yep.
remember with the
Yep.
shots that they did.
Well, I watched it like 75 million times last night because
Wow.
I like could not remember.
That's a lot of time.
I know, right? I couldn't remember. I kept like messing up the lyrics in my head.
It's fine.
And blah,
Just
blah, blah.
sing as you will. You know
yeah,
the story.
so it's just gonna come out, but I did print off lyrics. So I'm gonna use lyrics.
Wow. Okay.
But I am gonna go. So the song is actually like 3 minutes and 56 seconds. I'm gonna go through it faster. So you're gonna have approximately 2.5 minutes.
Okay.
To storyboard as much as you can. So guys, if you're just joining us, this is the end of our show. This is a game called Speedboarding. Corrin Evans is going to speed storyboard the scene from Willy Wonka when they're entering the chocolate factory.
Ooh.
And while
Or when
I
they're entering the candy room.
The candy room.
Yeah, the big room.
What is that one
I don't remember.
called? Okay, it's fine.
Not important. There's the
While
chocolate
I
river.
sing Pure Imagination. So we have another special surprise this week is that I brought props this week.
Oh my god. Okay, so you're gonna tell me when I start, right? Oh my god.
And you're gonna start when I start
Is
singing.
that a parrot? What is this?
I honestly don't know. I bought it at a thrift store. Thank you, Haley. Our lovely.
No, this is like a wolf or something.
Yeah, I think that is.
Wow.
I don't know what language
There's like
it is on it.
etchings in. I don't know what that is. But
Am I
it looks
super
amazing.
cute right now? Like, is this super
Yes.
cute? All right. Okay. I have a lot less room this time. Oh God.
To stay in place, you can do things
I mean,
with the
just
cane.
like FYI, like I'm just as nervous as you right now. All right. All
Oh
right.
God.
Let's
Okay.
This is gonna be great. Haley, how much room do I have? Actually, I'm gonna look at the frame real quick so I can see where I can go.
You better do
Okay,
this.
cool. All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right, so you have as long as I have to go through this song
Okay.
to
Oh,
get
God.
through as many storyboards as you can. Are we ready?
Yes. Okay.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of your imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. I didn't start at the right octave. We'll begin with a spin. Traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to, do it. Want to change the world, there's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. If you want to see magic lands, close your eyes and you'll see one. Want to be a dreamer? Be one. Anytime you please, and please save me one. Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your imagination.
I can't draw.
This is
Oh
amazing
my
right
God.
now. So go there to be free if you truly wish to be. Time! Yeah! man, alive.
People that work with me know that my storyboards look no buenos in terms of like being able to understand them, but like then I talk through it with people and then they understand. So this makes sense to me, but
okay, so
this is all one shot, by the way.
I love
these
this.
are the different camera positions.
So is this like a tracking or something?
Well, the camera would need to be on a crane. For this. If I'm directing Willy Wonka, we've got cash and we have cranes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, so let's have you go up there and show them what's up.
Okay, is this a good spot for this?
I'll come right behind.
Okay.
All right, yeah, a little bit higher, a little bit lower, a little bit to that way. Good. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so this is a doorway. Here, these stick figures are. This is Willy Wonka with the top hat and the kids and the parents. The doors would open here. This is the path here below their feet. Okay, they would go past camera that way, and here he is going past camera. Camera would then pan. They would motivate the camera to pan that direction, following them here. Here is the road through the little Candyland room. The camera would then continue following them down the path, but pull up and go overhead to kind of show the scope of like the room. So like here's like some trees. I tried to like show the tops of their heads, but like that, and this is the path again. So the camera would then go up and continue following them down the road as we go.
I love it. All right, thank you, Corrin Evans.
Yes.
So actually, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you write the title of the project? Have a seat again, and then also sign your name.
Oh, this is
we're gonna
Pure
keep
Imagination.
all of these storyboards, guys. So like we'll keep all of these little pieces so that when Corrin wins an Oscar, we can be like, ha 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 ha.
You can sell.
We're gonna
I give you the rights to this. You know.
Hey, you guys are
It's in a digital writing. Okay.
Thank you, Corrin Evans.
Okay.
Fantastic.
I liked the signature.
I love it. That's really cute. You have a really cute signature.
Thanks.
I appreciate you so immensely.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. Thank you, ladies, as well, for making this happen.
Yeah, big thank you to Haley and Michelle. They're behind the scenes. Haley's our associate producer. Michelle comes to hang out and help out. And we appreciate all of them. Actually, I do want to say that this show is made entirely by females as well. Haley and I have been developing it for a long time, and we're so excited that it's coming to fruition. So not only is it a show about females, but it's made by females, and it will just consistently get better and better. So guys, thank you so much to every single one of you that came out and joined us today. We appreciate you. We love you. We are here at Recon Productions inside of Recon Studio. If you need help telling your story in whatever way, give us a call and see if we can help you. Chances are we can. And we're located in Culver City. So if you're in Culver City and you want to stop by and, visit and see what we're all about, we are more than happy to have you here. I am Kathy Sue Holtorf. Please be sure to follow me on Instagram. And this is Corrin Evans. Corrin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I wanted to do that too. I'm so glad we both felt that at the same time.
Beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
My dad made it on.
Thank you. I love you so much.
Your dad is on?
My dad made it on.
Hi,
Hey,
Dad.
Haley's dad.
Haley's dad.
I don't know if my boyfriend ever found it. Babe, if you're there, Patrick.
Comment something because it'll help the discovery. We're just gonna keep doing this. Anyways, guys, so this is our final show of this year. We're gonna come back in January of 2018. I know one of our guests at some point in the new year is gonna be Carol Ann Watts. So at some point, I don't know when, but I'm hoping
I'll be
she'll
watching
there
that
first,
one
so.
live.
Yeah, look at her. I totally forgot my train of thought. This is what happens at the hour mark. My brain is just like, done. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure that you're following Recon everywhere. Please share this broadcast today, because why not? There's she said a lot of good stuff. Tweet some stuff. Follow her on Instagram. If you guys have any other female filmmakers you think should be on the show. My words are just going downhill from here.
It's okay. It's okay. The momentum. It'll carry.
We're
you.
good.
It's
We're
fine.
there. I appreciate you guys so much. I think that's it for us. Haley, am I forgetting anything? Oh, have a really happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you're celebrating. Happy holidays.
What's the pagan winter? No.
Isn't Christmas a pagan holiday?
Yeah, solstice.
Oh, solstice.
There's a whole nother thing. Okay, forget it.
The solstice. Yeah.
Saturnalia.
Saturnalia.
Wait, that's Roman. Okay, forget it. Continue.
Look at how smart she is. Like, love it. I'm obsessed with her. I'm like embarrassingly obsessed with Corrin.
I love it. I love you.
Put that
Thank
like
you.
on my
Yes.
tombstone. Embarrassingly obsessed with Corrin
The
Evans.
Instagram bio.
Oh, that would be really cute. We'll talk about that another day. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining us. Please continue to join us right here on Recon Productions. We're going to put out some highlight reels and stuff like that. If there are pieces of any of these shows that you guys loved and want to see more of, please let us know in the comments. We appreciate you. Have courage, be kind, walk through today with a positive mind, and get outside.